Have you seen Chuck Norris lately? He's still kicking butt and staying active well into his 80s. What's even more shocking is he looks more jacked than ever and seems to have more energy than guys half his age. And it's all thanks to Morning Kick, a revolutionary new daily drink from Roundhouse Provisions that combines ultra-potent greens like spirulina and kale with probiotics, prebiotics, collagen, and even ashwagandha. Just mix with water, stir, and enjoy. Unlike other green drinks out there, this one tastes exactly like strawberry lemonade and has hundreds of 5-star reviews. Go to roundhouseprovisions.com/save44 for up to 44% off your regular priced order. Plus, every purchase is backed by a 90-day money-back guarantee. So if you want to experience smoother digestion, a boost of energy, and just an overall healthier body, then go to roundhouseprovisions.com/save44 today. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results can vary.
Save big at Menards. Discovering the perfect paint for your home has never been easier with Zinsser Smart Coat. Plan smart with interactive tools at smartcoat.com. Buy smart in-store or online for home delivery. And paint smart with this advanced paint and primer in one. Save big on Zinsser Smart Coat at Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction, according to J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome, everyone, to Couch Potato Diary. Happy Tuesday. My name is Peter Klein. Thank you very much for tuning in today. A little bit brighter in here than normal. The curtain open. All right, so coming up on the show today, this is going to be a two-part day. The first one here, we're going to be looking at SummerSlam for this year. I know I'm recording this after Raw, but full disclosure, I haven't had a chance to watch Raw yet. So this is going to be just a full-on SummerSlam recap episode. And then later on today, after I'm done Raw, we'll go over all of that and some more sportsy things from the week. Cool? Cool. Let's get to it and talk some wrestling. WWE Summerslam is now in the books, and what a night it was. First of all, just overall thoughts on the show. I really enjoyed it. It was a show to me that kind of just flew by, and it felt like it was a major show that felt like a major show, and it feels like coming out of it now, like I am reinvigorated in a number of different stories going through, and we'll talk about those kind of as we go along here today. But we start with the Women's World Championship. It is Liv Morgan defeating Rhea Ripley at 15:55 to retain her Women's Championship. You get the Dominic Mysterio interference in at the end. I thought this match, even before that, the near falls were great. The crowd was into it. This is probably Liv Morgan's best match in WWE. I thoroughly enjoyed what we saw from this particular bout. I really, really liked what we saw in this, and I am really excited to see where this goes now with Rhea Ripley and a Liv Morgan feud. Liv, like I said, every week she is flushing this character out more and more and is really becoming a high-level performer in this company. Dominic Mysterio has heat for days, and so I was kind of thinking that he was going to be the innocent bystander in all of this, and he, Rhea, and Priest would form something while Liv, Finn Balor, because there was those breadcrumbs, Liv, Finn, JD McDonough, and probably Carlito go off and do their own thing. And so again, I haven't seen Raw yet, so I don't know how they kind of divided it, but obviously Dominic Mysterio is not with Damian Priest and with Rhea Ripley anymore, so a very interesting way that they went about it. I'm interested to see how the breadcrumbs with Finn Balor kind of lead us along this path a little bit more. So this is definitely one of those ones where, and it's what I said going into the week, I am happy this is just act one of this story instead of the conclusion, because I think there is a lot more story left to tell. Braun Breaker is the new Intercontinental Champion. He beats Sami Zayn 5 minutes and 40 seconds. This was exactly what it needed to be. Braun Breaker comes out, does the damn thing, looks awesome doing it. Sami Zayn isn't going to lose anything from this loss. And I would imagine he kind of goes forward into what this Bloodline Civil War storyline that is going to be going on. So I think that this is really fun, what is going to be happening with both of these guys. And this is kind of something that I talked about around WrestleMania time, where Gunther has this Intercontinental title run, and he has elevated this championship again to where it needed to get to. But because of that now, Sami Zayn, who had kind of cooled off a little bit, following some of the bloodline stuff and the big WrestleMania wins and all of that, they reinvigorate him. And I don't want to say they created a star, because he was there already, but they kind of turned the engine back on this star and gave him a lot of this momentum. But that's only as good as now what you do with that. And so coming out of this Gunther Intercontinental title run, you have now created Sami Zayn as a star. I think it elevated Chad Gable, and I certainly believe that it has elevated Braun Breaker now, and elevated the Intercontinental Championship, that him being the Intercontinental Champion now means something. So I think coming out of Gunther, you have a few different spider webs coming off of it. Ilya Dragunov as well, and that inevitable feud is going to be tremendous. But you have now like spider webbed off of this this Gunther run, 3 marketable people on your show and building up the mid-card that way. So fantastic work by the WWE in building up this Intercontinental title division. The US title also changes hands as LA Knight beats Logan Paul with Machine Gun Kelly there at 12 minutes exactly. This was a phenomenal match, and maybe LA Knight's best match. Both these two guys, like Logan Paul, say what you want, and goddamn those social media posts, man. But he has taken to wrestling like fish to water. That there was no question about it. And LA Knight was right there with him the entire way. And like, is he Ricochet or Will Ospreay with the flippy dippies and all of that? No, he is not. But every time he is on the television screen, he feels like a superstar, a megastar, if you will. And now he gets the United States Championship. I don't think it loses anything in prestige. And it's what we talked about on the pre-show, where, like, yes, Logan Paul is a big name, and so having him with one of your championship belts, it's just kind of neat. But the mid-card, I think, needed this. Needed something to kind of push towards a little bit now. And LA Knight, I think having him as a champion is really, really strong at this point. Nia Jax defeats Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship at 12:30. This match was all right. It never really fully got going for me in that way. The Tiffany interference, I think, is great, and that's going to be a real back and forth with those two about, oh, no, I'm not cashing. No, I wouldn't even dream of cashing in your match. What are you even talking about here? So I think their relationship is going to be really interesting to see how that kind of builds going forward. But I thought this match was fine. It's a bit unfortunate, like Bayley's title run, she was just kind of starting to find this character now with Nia Jax, and so I'm assuming there's going to be a little bit more to this on down the line. But this was not an overly inspiring title run from Bayley. I think coming out of Damage Control and being this babyface, this is the first time she's been babyface since Hugger Bayley, and it's wacky, waveable, inflatable arm flailing two men people coming out there. Now she just kind of has to be it on her own, and it never really felt like she truly figured out what this character was as champion. And so I'm hoping, because it did seem like a feud with Nia Jax brought that out of her a little bit more, I'm hoping that we see a little bit more of it as it goes on.
If people are dieting now more than ever before, then why are nearly 1 in 3 American adults overweight? Dr. Gundry, who's helped thousands lose weight and feel younger and healthier than ever, says most people are not getting enough fat-burning MCTs from their food. MCTs are a special kind of compound that, instead of turning into fat when you consume it, turns into ketones, which is a chemical that breaks down the excess fat in your body. So, by getting more MCTs in your diet, you essentially flip a switch that puts your body in caloric bypass mode, which can flush out excess fat and calories. And he's created an easy way for you to activate caloric bypass right at home. It's called MCT Wellness. This powerful blend of fat-flushing MCT powders and antioxidant-rich polyphenols is designed to help you unlock your body's fat-burning, energy-producing potential. What's even better is that it's a delicious drink. I love how incredible it tastes. All you do is add a scoop to water, enjoy, and watch as you start feeling slimmer and more energized. So, if you want to experience a quick, easy, and effective way to melt pounds fast, go to GundryMD.com/energy and order right now to get up to 53% off your regular price order with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Again, that's GUNDRYMD.com/energy. Why are so many dogs suffering from health issues? Actress Katherine Heigl, who's helped save over 16,000 dogs through her foundation, says she's seeing more issues with dogs' joints, odors, and health than ever before. And after doing a ton of research, she feels there's one place we can look to support any dog's health: their food. So she decided to create something she could actually feel good about feeding her dogs. It's called Superfood Complete. Superfood Complete is made with over 30 of the healthiest ingredients on the planet, including several superfoods vital to your dog's health. Badlands Ranch also sponsors the Jason Debus Heigl Foundation, which has helped rescue thousands of dogs and place them in loving homes. Dogs across America are trying this food and experiencing amazing health benefits. Go to badlandsranch.com/save50 and order right now to get up to 50% off your regular price order with a 90-day money-back guarantee. If you want your dog to experience all these incredible things, go to badlandsranch.com/save50 today.
Save big money on your next painting project. Menards carries Purdy paintbrushes, roller covers, trays, and paint kits to help you get the job done right. Purdy brushes are handcrafted in the USA and are the #1 brand preferred by professionals. Save big on Purdy painting tools at Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction according to J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Save big money at Menards.
Then we get to Drew McIntyre defeating CM Punk at 17 minutes with Seth Rollins as the special guest referee. I think this was excellent. And I think it really did a lot of real good character work for CM Punk, where you see like this character, maybe not even this character, this perception of CM Punk, the human being, Phil Brooks, the human being, that the entire world is always against him, coming into focus in this match, and with Seth Rollins spelling it out, where Seth has the bracelet on. He's like, look, man, I just picked it up. I didn't want it on the ground. I picked it up. The shit don't have pockets, man. So this is what I did. But for CM Punk, it's just the character, as soon as he sees something that could be a slight, even a little bit, just has to snap immediately, and it's like, how are you trying to screw me? Why are you trying to do this to me? Why are you doing this to me? And Seth Rollins being like, look, man, it's not about you. And then Drew McIntyre booting him, and getting the win. And just for the CM Punk character, when is enough enough? Like, you have already cost this guy championship after championship after championship. You get your bracelet, but like, you have a chance to beat him and then get your bracelet, but you were just so focused on this bracelet thing. And it's just like, for Punk, who thought he was playing the mind games, to have it come back around and be played on him was a real interesting dynamic in this match. And I thought, like, from an actual X's and O's standpoint, I mean, these two guys know what they're doing more than I do. Everyone on the show knows what they're doing more than I do. So from an X's and O's standpoint, it's weird for me to comment, but just from a match quality thing, I enjoyed it. I thought this was really good. I haven't heard of any CM Punk injuries coming out of it, so that's thumbs up there. I really, really enjoyed it. And now I think you have something with all three of these guys that can spin off down the road for months and months and years even. Gunther defeats Damian Priest to win the World Heavyweight Championship at 1640. I thought these two had a really good match before things really started to pick up. The thing was, like, no one was buying some of the false finishes early on in this bout, and that was something in the main event as well. But I thought, like, Gunther here looked like a champion, and Damian Priest was with him the whole way. I know there have been a couple of issues in a couple of Damian Priest championship matches, but Priest was with him every step of the way in this one, and it was really enjoyable to me to watch this whole thing kind of play out. And then you get Finn Balor, like, they've been teasing that Ascension for weeks, and he finally puts the foot on the rope, and it's the turn back, and then Priest can only focus on that betrayal, and he just loses all thought of being the world champion and can only focus on that. Again, that's going to lead to some really good storytelling, and I think is going to elevate Damian Priest. And when we look at the title run of Priest and of Bayley, I think the same thing kind of happened where, like with Priest, he was kind of this cool, badass bad guy. And then he started to try to be kind of like the almost like the high school jock a little bit, where he's everyone's buddy. And it's like, oh man, yeah, you really got to work on that. And I think he lost it. The same thing happened with Swerve. It happens a lot with baby faces that are kind of this badass when they reach that top of the mountain and then they try to be the everyman. And it's, oh, well, you never know. He kind of lost what made his character feel a bit more like a main event badass character. And so I'm hoping now in a feud with Finn Balor and probably Dominic and all of them that he gets that edge back to his character. For Gunther, he is absolutely deserving of this World Heavyweight Championship. And I think like he is legitimately one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. And he is just so different from anything we have ever seen. And it is a blast. It has been a blast to watch this guy develop and turn himself into this star in WWE. And like even in a previous era, I think he would have worked given the commitment he made to his body and to his physical fitness and to getting this thing kind of back on track. Just really, really well done, the whole thing. Unbelievable. And then in the main event, Bloodline Rules. Cody Rhodes defeats Solo Sikoa at 29 minutes and 10 seconds. I was surprised at how much of a standard wrestling match this was for most of this match. And then you get the interference, and we all knew that. But no one was buying anything these guys were doing in terms of just the regular singles match. Everyone was waiting for this to turn into WrestleMania 40 again, and the teams come in, and then, oh, who's this? And oh, wow, here we go. The one thing that was really interesting, the amount of people who were doing the yeet chants for Jey Uso, who, like, everyone, we all kind of knew Roman was going to be coming out and being the guy, but people still wanted to see Jey Uso. That was just something that I noticed that is, I think, really important for them going forward. So the match itself, it was what it was. I don't think, no one was buying anything in terms of false finishes or anything until we saw basically everyone come out. And then even then, I don't think anyone was going to buy what Roman, that Cody Rhodes was going to lose this match. But the big part of it now is Roman Reigns is back with the original or only Tribal Chief t-shirt on, and he is back. And now this storyline really can take off. And I think that this is going to be, again, one of the storylines of the year. And I think the Roman Cody dynamic is going to be a fun part of it the whole way. And this is going to now really be a test of Solo Sikoa as a head guy and everything that is going on. Unfortunately, it looks like there might have been an injury as Jacob Fatu does the dive from the ring onto the table, and his leg hit pretty hard there. There are some reports that he was told to just sell the leg anyway, and that maybe he was going to be a whatever, or it could be legitimate. It looked tough, but hopefully he is all right, because this is a performer that I think the world of, and I'm so excited to see what he does. But I am excited to see all the puzzle pieces in place, and that big one, the final boss. What's The Rock's involvement in this whole thing? I'm really fascinated by that. But anyway, that's our quick breakdown of SummerSlam. Gonna put this up now, gonna go watch Raw, and we'll come back with the Raw breakdown and a little bit more sportsy type of stuff on there. So thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been the SummerSlam breakdown here on Couch Potato Diary.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Baker's, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Baker's worth it every time. Baker's, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.